Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome. I love that intro music. It's so relaxing, so calming. and At the end of a week that we've had, I'm sure you've had one too, getting back to work. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Yes, we're so happy to be back too. Yes. And yeah, I'm sure you guys getting back to work from the snowstorm and what have you. Um, it, and then having to go to work, it probably seemed like the week was not gonna ever end for you, right? Well, it's Friday, hey, and you made it. All right. Hi, Beans. Welcome. And we have Aaron Port. Hi, Aaron. Well, Beans, I'll tell you what happened. We were snowed in for about 7 or 8 days. And then just before that, we had technical engineering problems in our home studio here. Uh-huh. And so we're back though now. That's the main thing. All right. So let's bring in the rest of the team. We've got Heartbeat of the South, none other than Tim Harrington. Hi, Tim.
Hey, Mom, how's everybody doing?
All right. We're hanging in here. Everybody's glad it's the weekend, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
All right. So let's see what that girl is doing herself. Kathy CC Carlson. Hi,
Hi.
Kathy. All right.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've got Terry, special guest with us. He is in the green room, Kathy. Everything is okay.
Is
He's
it?
yeah,
Okay.
he's waiting
That's
in the
good.
green room. I see him in the green room. So, Kathy, how did you like that relaxing intro music? Did that help relax you some?
Oh, a little, a little. Yeah, I'm still waiting to see if Terry can be heard.
Yes,
Because he
let's
was
bring him
having
in.
problems
Let's
even on
find
our
out.
regular
Yeah,
format.
let's
Yeah.
find out now. Hello, Terry. Welcome.
Welcome, I'm here.
Wow.
Clapping, clapping.
Yay!
Terrific.
I needed that.
Excellent.
Woo.
Thank you. Welcome again, and thank you so much for your patience. For those of you that don't know, Rowan he came in with us one time successfully. The other time he couldn't make it in, so this is like his third time. And that you know what they
Terry, you
say?
mean? Yes. Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 times is the charm. All right. So we're so happy to have you tonight. And Ziggy, before you ask, Rowan, Ziggy, uh, his main frame computer died, and he came in last night on his laptop, but he cannot get his volume corrected where the echo would not go away. So maybe he decided to skip tonight until he could figure it out. And
Mm.
Okay.
Sybil, of course, is still on her monthly vacation. Aaron says, "No, Ziggy's not here." Yeah, and so he's gonna make. Ah, yeah. Ron says we're gonna miss Zig. I know we're gonna miss him too. He is the fun of the show, isn't he? But we're gonna have fun anyway. We're gonna try to have some fun, okay? All right then.
Okay.
So, we're gonna take a little short break, and when we come back, we'll let Kathy begin telling us all about our special
Yeah.
guest tonight, Terry Draper. All right,
All
yeah,
right.
audience, are y'all down with that?
We'll do
All
that.
right, all right. So, pick and stay, y'all. Don't go away. Meanwhile, team, let's do some sharing so we can get some people in here. All right, and we will be back, y'all. Guys and gamers, will y'all share the show for us? I tell you what. Let me play this for y'all since we can't see Sybil, but we can see her on her own her own commercial that she made herself. All right, here she goes. Here she goes. Here is Sybil.
Hi there. I am Sybil Marie Presley from Memphis, Tennessee. Today is Monday, December 18, 2023, and I'm so excited to tell you about Live Good's Super Reds powder. I just love it. It gives me energy, and it's helping to build my immune system. It keeps me heart healthy, and it causes me to have more nitric oxide in my system, which is very good for you. I just love my Super Reds powder. And if you got up and went, then you can purchase Super Reds powder today. Go to shoplivegood.com/Sybil Presley. That's shoplivegood.com/Sybil Presley. SYBILPRESLEY. Shoplivegood.com/Sybil Presley and get your Super Reds powder today. And also, I would like to know, do you like making money and saving money? Either or? Well, me, I want to save money and make money. So I signed up with Live Good to become an affiliate. And what an affiliate is, you can join the business for $40, only $40. It's $40. 40. Plus $9.95 monthly membership, and you get to purchase your products at a very excellent discount. So I like being an affiliate because I'm so excited, number one, to tell everybody about the Super Reds powder. Plus, Live Good has a lot of other products too. And when you refer your friends to your website, then you can go into your back office and see how much money you make. I just love it. So it'll change my life, and it's so easy to be excited about this wonderful product. What I do, I like taking mine in the morning. So I get me an 8-ounce glass of water and put like a little scoop in there, stir it up, and then drink it. It tastes so delicious. So I just wouldn't be without my Super Reds. And if you want some more information about these wonderful Live Good products, then you can also contact me at 901-643-1982. That's 901-643-1982. Let's get together and have a Super Reds powder party. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
All right.
That's so
That's cute.
Sybil got touched. She got tickled at her own self. Oh, if you get up and go, you got them wet. I got to borrow that one sometimes. Okay, Kathy, begin telling us
Yes.
all about Terry.
Okay, well, it's my pleasure to introduce Terry Draper, and he was with Klaatu, which was a band from Canada back in, what is it, the 70s? When did you start that band, Terry?
The band started in 73, ran till 82. We put out our first album in 1976. It took us 3 years to make because we all had daytime jobs and we used downtime at the studio. And we took our time because we wanted to get it right. 6 months after the album was released in 77, a journalist in Providence, Rhode Island, wrote an article that suggested / proved that we were the Beatles recording under a new name. Yes,
Wow.
and we all got splattered from the fan.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was an interesting run.
Wow.
Okay.
So that
Well,
was
you.
that good or bad for you guys?
Mhm.
Both,
Both.
Miss Emily. Yeah, it was both. I mean, we sold a lot of records. We got a lot of airplay. The whole world was talking about us.
Mhm.
This rumor went viral around the world. I don't know if I can use the word viral in 1977,
Yeah.
but in retrospect, yeah, it applies.
Mhm.
And but then a few years later, they found out we weren't the Beatles. We were just three guys from Toronto who had done our homework and studied hard and
Mhm.
learned how to make really good music.
Yeah.
And but when they found out we weren't the Beatles, there was sort of a backlash, in particular from the media. The radio stations stopped playing our songs.
Mm.
And so we managed to squeeze out 5 albums. And after the 5th album, which was Canada only, and we actually toured across the country with it, in 1982, we got dropped. We didn't have a record label, and we couldn't get a gig. So we all went our separate ways.
Yeah. Yeah. That's showbiz, huh?
It's yeah, it was odd. I tell you, it was quite a run though. It was really cool being a Beatle.
Yeah. Well, I don't know the name of that group, but I imagine it still exists. But this was like in the early, probably around 1996 or so. I went to the Orpheum Theater because there was this group of guys that were known for the Beatles lookalikes, and they actually played like the Beatles. They looked like the Beatles. They dressed like the Beatles. They sound and sang like the Beatles. I don't know if you know the name of the group I'm speaking of,
You know,
but
Emily, there are so many of those bands. One of the more successful ones is called Rain.
that was them.
That was them.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Because,
look at me
because
nailing
when I
it right on the
yeah,
head. Eh?
because I mean, when for you to come for the Orpheum to perform, give you their platform to perform in or at, you have to be a pretty big name, right? Hi, Doug.
Absolutely.
But that was them, the Rain, and they were really, really good because it was my coworker and we were working for media at the time, Channel 17, which is the community information channel through Comcast cable at that time. And we were going, and somebody gave him free tickets. And so he invited me to come and go. And I said, Rain, I never heard of them. What did they do? So, but it was really, really great. I mean, the people really loved, and they packed the house.
They do
Uh,
it so well, and there's a lot of that going on. I've seen a few of them. I haven't seen Rain. I saw one called Beatlemania. I saw another one called the Australian Pink Floyd
ah,
that
mm,
blew my mind. I saw Pink Floyd in the early 70s
mm.
when they were playing Dark Side of the Moon live, when all four of them were still together. And when I went to see the Australian Pink Floyd, if I close my eyes, it was Pink Floyd.
Ah, wow.
You
Well,
know,
yeah,
and so
it was
a
like
lot
that
of
with
that,
those guys. I mean,
a
they
lot
had
of
the
that,
hair, the clothes, the moves, everything.
the whole deal. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, whole package. Well, you know what? I was surprised for you. Um, you were going to originally appear on our paranormal show because of this particular uh title in the beginning. Your song in the beginning, is that the one?
Th-
And was that it?
This in the beginning is the title track off my new album that came out in December. The band broke up Klaatu in 1982,
Mm.
but I have been recording and writing ever since, and I just released a new album called In the Beginning
Oh, this
uh,
is it.
last month,
Okay.
and it's my 20th solo album.
Well, all
Wow.
right. Let's take a listen, everybody. And now that surprise for Kathy because she just found out in the green room just before we went live that I was able to have this treat for you and the audience tonight. So let's take a listen, everybody. In comments from you guys, let us know how you guys like this. I like it. I really do. All right.
The dawn of time, way back when man begat mankind, the shaman sought the signs on the solstice. Mounds were built and blood was spilt. The majors lived life to the hilt, passing out their judgments on the solstice. And the mystics of Atlantis believed they were gods on earth. 1,000 years ago, the Mayans made a snake of stone that slithered down the stairs on the equinox. And further back, the Britons capped their stone circles with stone lintels, that all might see them pray on the equinox. While the pharaohs bowed to Atu and wondered at what they'd made. In the beginning, how far back in time must we go? When we gave up swimming and crawled on to land long ago, breathing the air. Sun in my head, every monument makes me yearn for more. Sun in my head, on the Sundays I'm with our ancestors, leading me to believe that we'll never know. What we don't know would make the libraries overflow. Gobekli Tepe, 12,000 years, maybe more. There must be many civilizations that lived long before, leaving no trace.
Well,
Okay.
wow, look at you.
Okay, that's
Wow.
beautiful.
That is
That's a
so
beautiful.
awesome. We
Yeah,
will. The footage. That was previous footage of where you had actually been in those places before.
A lot of them, many of them, I've been to Chichen Itza in Mexico near Cancun. I've been to the pyramids at Giza, the Giza Plateau.
Wow,
And I don't know
wow.
if you saw, but at the very end of that video, I did a little cameo where I'm walking across this arena of a theater in Perga, Turkey, with my parasol because it was 35 degrees that day. 35 degrees. Hold on. That'd be 90 for you guys.
Wow, my goodness.
A hell of a hot day. And we've been to, Anna and I, my wife, we've been to Machu Picchu in Peru and all sorts of places. I find it really fascinating, the history. And that song is all looking back.
Mhm.
They recently, in the last 30, 40 years, discovered this place in Turkey called Göbekli Tepe that I mentioned in the song. And it's 7,000 years older than Stonehenge and the pyramids.
Ooh, really?
They have no idea who built it, how
Yeah.
they built it, because 12,000 years ago, according to our history, we were all hunters and gatherers.
Yeah. Yeah.
We weren't even farmers yet.
Mhm.
So this stuff I find fascinating, and it behooves me to share it with all of you. I hope it wasn't too weird.
Oh no, it's like it's exactly the kind of stuff we like.
Okay.
Yes,
It
yes, yay.
That's
And
paranormal Pearl right there.
that's definitely us. And the ships, the pictures, images of those ships that you had, the alien ships, and that was I never seen those before. So you don't have to tell me where you got them from. They might be real.
Might
But
be real, aren't they real?
I bet they look like they were real to me. So that's just thinking. But it fit right in. Like I said, I looked at it today and I was like, wow, I really like this. I really, really like that.
Cool.
And so I have another one of your videos. I don't know if it's on the same album or not, but it seems like it might be. But let's see if we have any questions or comments from the team first about this particular song that we just saw and the video. So Tim, take it away.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would like to know, how long did it take you to make the whole entire video?
Actually, I don't make the videos. I have a friend that lives in Ontario near me, Jamie Grant, and we met 4 or 5 albums ago. And I asked him for some help doing a video because I had played some instruments on some of his music. And he said, well, I'll make a video for you and we'll take it under future considerations.
Mhm.
Well, since that time, he's done the last 5 albums. He's done a video for
Wow.
every song on every album, which is up around 65, 70 songs.
Whoa.
I just
Wow.
let him run with it. Sometimes I video myself and send some stuff to him.
Right.
So he's got something like the cameo I did in that last video.
Yeah.
I just let him run with it, and he usually knows what I'm talking about.
I mean, he's
And
really good.
So
Yeah.
it's enough to make the album, and I write the songs, I play all the instruments almost.
Yeah,
My
I saw
friend-
you jamming in the green room. I saw you.
My
I don't
friend,
know. I don't know if Tim or Kathy could see in the green room like me, because I'm running the studio. But I saw you. You were
I
jamming.
was grooving, yeah. My good friend Brenda Webb sang the vocals with me on that song, and I love her to death, and she does a great job. So I get some help here and there, but mostly it's me doing everything. I play all the instruments, I do the mixing and
Wow.
singing. I
so
write the song.
talented.
So when it comes to the video, it's like, yeah, no, I've done my bit. You do yours. I'm done
Right.
here.
So
You
how
know?
many instruments did you have to play on that particular song?
Well, like if there was any violins in that song, I play them, but not like this
on the keyboard.
on the keyboard.
You
Yeah,
did the mixing. Yeah.
it's a world of samples, and so I'm a drummer by trade. That's how I
Mhm.
started 100 years ago.
That's what you were playing in the green room. You were playing those
You
drums.
saw me. You
I
saw
saw
me
you,
playing the air
yeah.
drums.
Yeah, I did. I saw you.
Yeah, well, you should. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm one of the best air drummers out there.
I saw you though. Yeah, I was like, That is really his song. He really wrote this because he is jam head. Kathy, questions for that particular song, Orphatary?
Oh, okay. Well, I did have a question. We talked about because I played Hope, which was a Klaatu song. Yeah, and did you sing on that song at all, or did you just play drums on Hope with
Yeah, in
Klaatu?
the band Klaatu, I was the drummer, and
Uh-huh.
my two partners in the band, D Long and John Wallacechuck, were the main songwriters. And that particular song, Hope, is from the album of the same name. And John wrote and sang that song. But it's a concept album, and it's about a civilization on this planet somewhere in outer space. And they're so aggressive and mean to each other, they end up blowing their planet apart. And
Mm.
the sole surviving member of their race builds a lighthouse to guide all the spaceships, rocket ships, through the remnants, the asteroid belt of his planet. And he writes this song, the Hymn of Peace Eternal, Hope, called Hope. And although I didn't write the music, I wrote the story of the lighthouse keeper. And it's my favorite Klaatu album. It was our second endeavor. And we were recording, this is interesting, I think maybe. We were recording the orchestra, the London Philharmonic in London, England at Olympic Studio in February of 77. And that's when we found out about this Beatle rumor that we were now the Beatles reincarnate. But we're in the midst of this recording session with 80 guys playing in this orchestra.
Wow.
Huge orchestra in this big giant room where they do film scores and stuff. And we read about this, and it's like, oh, isn't that nice? They think we're the Beatles. Let's get back to work, because this was a big endeavor we were taking on. It's a very symphonic, classic kind of album. Anyway, that's the song Hope. And John wrote a beautiful song.
All right. Yeah, indeed. So, okay, so what we're going to do is now we're going to go and listen to the next song before we go to our next break. And then we'll come back and we'll chat some more. I like this one too. And I'll tell you, your video guy is just really, he's out the box. He's awesome. I love it. I love his work. Let him know he's got a new fan.
Jamie Grant.
Jamie Grant. I like the name too. Is he related to Cary Grant?
His brother.
Get out of the city, really?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah. Look, don't tell me that, because look, I know, right? I was that's Cary Grant, you know. So anyway, here we go. Let's take a look, you guys. You're gonna love this.
Lost within you and lost without you too. If only I knew I'd be found by you. Take a look inside, I need a place to hide. And with you at my side, we could fly. It would be so sweet, my life completely filled by you, discreetly thrilled by you. But that's a dream. start to dry. I cannot survive. Goodbye. You know that I'd do anything that would surely bring you back again, to start and never end. But that's a dream, lost within you and lost without you too. What do lost souls do when they're blue?
Awesome, Swamp Manor. I love that. All
I
right.
love
So,
the
what
music.
about that particular song? Is that included on the same album as the in the beginning?
It is indeed, and I think you just played the videos of my two favorite songs off the album.
All right.
I wrote that song in 1977, so it's 44 years old, but I never bothered to bring it to the band Klaatu
hmm
because I was working with two really great songwriters,
hmm
and the competition was fierce. And so it's been laying around all these years, and I've dusted it off a few times now and again. And when I was putting this collection of songs together, I thought, you know what? This one might fit on here nicely. And
hmm
so I dusted it off. And Jamie Grant, the videographer, also plays guitar on this song.
Mm.
And a good friend of mine, Dana Countryman, who lives in Oregon or Washington, hell and gone in America somewhere, um, he did all the background vocals. It's really cool in this day and age to be able to work with people. I have another
All
woman
over the world,
all
yeah.
over the world. I work with Lisa Michaels, who's a power pop singer with a few bands out there.
Mm,
She just emigrated from San Diego to Virginia.
mm.
I've never met these people.
Yeah, that's right. It's technology.
And there's one song on this new album that Fernando Perdomo played on. He lives in LA and plays with everybody. He's quite the talent. And I found out he was a big Klaatu fan. And so
Mm.
on my previous album, I said, hey, I'm looking for some real frippery, some King Crimson, really wild guitar, like outside.
hmm
And he delivered the goods, and so he contributed to another song on this new album. So these I send the people the song, and they say, "Oh yeah, this is cool," and they send me back their audio files, and I drop them in,
hmm
and and squeeze them in there, and I screw with them a little bit because I can't leave my hands off. And there you go. It's so cool to work with people that I've never met.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm surprised that you had so much trouble getting in the studio when you're a pro mixer with sound, and because you use a computer for that, right?
Well, I have my own studio at home, so the
Okay.
lineup's not that big.
Yeah. So yeah, but you do still have to use your computer to put this together. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Terry, can you give us sort of like a glimpse or describe what it's like when you're writing a song? What does that
Um,
consist of?
yeah, I can actually because I'm a lyricist first and a songwriter second. I mean, if I was 10 years younger, you could have found me in the late 50s in some coffee house as a beatnik with my little beret and my bongos,
I gotcha.
reciting my poetry.
Okay.
but in the 60s that I grew up in, if you wanted to expound your poetry, you had to do it with music. So
Mm,
I started as a drummer, but then I learned to play the guitar and the piano and all this other crap. So, but the thing is that inspiration comes from the strangest places. Also on this new album, there's a song called Sebastiano Elcano.
mm,
So here I am watching a PBS special on discoverers of our world, and it's about Magellan, who purportedly was the
the
first man to circumnavigate the Earth.
explorer, yes.
Explorers, yes. So I'm watching all of this, and I find out during this program that on Magellan's first voyage around the world, he actually died in the Philippines.
Mm,
He was killed. And his second in command, Sebastiano Elcano,
mm,
sailed his ship home to Seville.
mm-hmm.
So, and King Charles of Spain actually gave his family a coat of arms, and in Latin it says, "First to circumnavigate me," with a
Wow.
picture of the earth underneath. So, for 60 odd years, I've been living under the illusion
That Magellan was the
that
first.
Magellan was the first man to do this.
Exactly.
But in
Yeah.
fact, it's Sebastiano Elcano. And
Mm.
so
Well,
I thought,
yeah.
I have to tell the world about this.
Well,
So I sat
but
down
the
and,
story though is really half and half. And King Charles is the one that stole Magellan and kicked him under the bus, it
well, but
seems.
it's Magellan we're talking about.
But I mean, he sailed there, right? He's
He did, but he did not circumnavigate the earth.
so the guy that brought the ship home. Did he go all the way around and then brought the ship, or did he just bring the ship after Magellan died? We
He
don't.
left he left Spain in 1519 with Magellan,
Mm-hmm,
sailed around the world, and when Magellan died in the Philippines,
mm-hmm.
he sailed the ship
He
back
continued
home
on the
to
mission.
Seville.
I
He
got
is the
you.
first man to circumnavigate the world. So my point being, I hope I'm not boring you with this
No, no,
history
no.
lesson.
I mean, I love history. I love archaeology. I love science, sci-fi. I love all this weird stuff.
You and I should hang out.
I know, right?
We should hang out. Yeah.
That's why you saw me cutting in there, right? And I love politics too.
Uh-oh. Time
I
out.
probably got you. I knew how to get you on one thing that we wouldn't hang out on.
Anyway, the point being, Tim, that
Uh-huh.
inspiration can come from anywhere.
Right.
You
Well, let
know.
me ask you this: Have you now? This has happened to me many, many times because I am a musician but not by trade. Well, yeah, I guess you could say by trade because I was a church musician, pianist, and organist for like 43 years, and
Well, that counts.
I sang and played. Yeah, but it wasn't not like my main job. I did get paid for it, but that was like only on Sunday and then for the choir rehearsal, during the week.
Mm.
But have you ever had a melody to come to you in your dreams while you were sleeping, and then you try to remember it when you wake up, but you're too lazy to get up and jot the melody down, or the words, or the tune, or record it, the tune that you heard in your dream, and then you say, oh, I know I can remember this, and just keep sleeping, and then I don't know, I can remember this, and then when you get up you don't, and then maybe some months or years down the road you hear some of the artists with the same tune that you heard first in your
Mm.
dream.
You know what? I never hear the melodies. I hear them, but I wake up and I can never remember them. They
That's
always
what I'm
escape me.
talking about. Yeah.
But I get up. Keep a pen and paper beside my bed because I get up in the middle of the night and scribble down lyrics all the
Yeah.
time.
Now I've done the lyrics part, but the melody part, I was too lazy to wake up out of my sleep and get a recorder or turn my phone on recording and record and hum the melody into a recording because I knew that if I did that, then I was going to be up for the rest of the night. But and I was like, okay, I think I can remember it, and I just going back to sleep, and then I get up and I can't.
You know, Emily, I can picture you in the church playing the big B3 with the Leslie and the whole groove going. You know,
Oh yeah, I can get down. And I'll tell you something. I played that bad B3, man. I love a B3 organ. There's no sound in the world like a B3 organ.
no sound in the world. And in the song she sings, "Son, are you a Christian?" And he says, "Yes, ma'am, I am tonight." Walking off the street, off of Beale Street, 10 feet off in the air.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, I did. I could get down on the music. Then my mother was a pianist, see, so I was practically born on a piano stool. So, and then we had a lot of musicians that hung around the house, you know. And my mother had a singing group too, gospel singing group. So
Cool.
yeah, so there was always singers around the house. She used to hold their group, you know. So
I,
Tim can tell you my grandson. I mean, my son
Yeah,
was her grandson, so he could
yeah,
tell you all about it. You know.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if I don't know if your Grammy was singing in the group at that time or even playing music at that time. Was she? Has she
I think
stopped?
she was
Retired?
playing. I think she was playing. Fun as my memory can go.
You can remember her still playing for the
Yeah,
church.
yeah.
Okay.
I was in Memphis 4 or 5 years ago. We live in Toronto, Canada, but we have a home down here in Florida
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know. You probably don't like the snow much, but
Mm-mm.
I really don't like the snow much. So we get the hell out of Dodge every
I
winter
don't
and come
blame you.
down here. A
Yeah.
few years ago, we took our time coming home and spent a couple of days in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
And Beale Street really blew my mind. That was so totally cool. But you know what remains most in my head is standing in the parking lot of the Lorraine Motel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was like I'm choking up a bit here. That was really overpowering.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And Sun Records, that was pretty cool building too, except there's a lot of people in it looked like me. I didn't think
Yeah.
that was right.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. But that's the way Sun Studio was at that
You
time.
know, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. But
Yeah.
anyway, I
But you
really
should
love
have stopped by
Memphis.
Stax Museum. That's where you should have got a what is it? What do you call them? The rides Uber to take you
Yeah,
guys to the Stax
Right.
Museum. Now that's where you would have seen some soul and got a chance to see all the stars. Isaac
next
Hayes.
next time is Stacks, and on the way home through Georgia, I'll do Muscle Shoals too.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure you stop by. Go.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you get the Stax Museum in. Al
Yeah,
Green, BB King, all the greats, you know, of the of Bill Street are in that
absolutely.
museum. So you got to make sure that I would tell anybody if you were coming to visit Memphis, forget about Bill Street. Go to Stax because Stax is Motown City. Like if you were in the music, you know, that's where the Motown, these guys were doing the Motown sound back then in the 60s, and that's where they recorded it at the Stax. It used to be the Stax recording studio. And
Isn't
I
that
was
where
like,
that's where Aretha did everything? No,
well, Ree didn't really record down here. She recorded in Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Motown is in Detroit, but I was just talking about that Motown sound
right.
was just really kind of nationwide. But the most two recording places that did recorded those artists that sang the Motown sound was Detroit and Stax down here in
All right,
Memphis.
I'm coming back. We'll do lunch.
Gotcha. Lunch is on me and Tim, okay?
Yeah.
You got it.
All
You
right.
got it.
Well, let's take a little break. When we come back, we'll wrap up our questions with Terry. We'll see that we have any in the audience. Let's see. What are the gamers in the chat talking about? And there's James. Hey, James. That's our other co-host. He says Dana Country Man, my friend on Facebook. Okay. Um, and then he says, James says, that's how I wrote closure in my sleep. Okay, you must have been thinking about the when we were talking about when I was talking about the tunes coming to you, you know, when you're sleeping.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's take a little break. We'll come back and then we'll go ahead and wrap up the show for the night. Let Terry go. because we sure appreciate him and his patience sticking it out and finally coming in here 3 times in that charm. All right, let's be back. Stick and
Yeah.
stay. Don't go away.
Okay.
Dad, it's time.
It's time! It's time! Woo!
Bruh, this what we're going in for right now. This garden glue.
Bruh, it's time.
It's time.
All right, then that was a little something from our pen around here, around town. Local chef flavor. Go out and get your spinach avocado dip today at the local Walmart near you. All right. We're back and got to bring in the rest of the team and our special guest with us tonight, Terry Draper. All right, we're all back. All right, so let's start it off with Kathy. Kathy, do you have
Yeah.
a closing question or remarks for
Oh,
Terry?
sure. Okay, Terry. Now, where are your songs from this album available to watch? Where can people watch them?
Everything I do is on video on
Mhm.
YouTube, Terry Draper channel. I don't know what it's called, but go to Terry Draper and there it is.
Okay.
And my website is terrydraper.com if you want to purchase any of these CDs and stuff. Yeah, so it's all out there. It's all out there for the world to see. And I'm really thrilled that you guys played a couple of the videos tonight because it really the videos really help tell the story of the songs,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're
And
right.
so if you like what I do, come and visit. Say hi. I'm very approachable, unless I'm busy on the beach.
Yeah, I see that you're in really good shape. I wish
Well, I
I was
caught
in
some
as
I
great
caught
shape
some
as you
rays
got.
today. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I could do that. But yeah, now if you just saw that commercial, I even have to do. I have to use my cane even in commercials. I can't be on. Can't be on the set. Can't stand up long anymore. Can't do my dance moves anymore. But I can sit and host a show. All right, great question, Kathy. Yeah, and I'm gonna let that stay up there so everybody can jot that down, and so it'll be there because we do get people that replay our show because on Friday nights they're out to dinner with the family or they got the Friday night out, and that sort of thing. And they can't watch us live, but they do come back on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. And God, when they get to work on Monday, they get bored. Oh, I'm gonna watch the Emily Pearl show. But we have a lot of fans all around. We've got friends up there in Canada, and you're from Ontario. We've got a
Toronto.
Paul
Yes.
Toronto. Okay, we got a Paul Sanders as one of our top fans. He lives in Ontario, so that's why it almost slipped out that way. Yeah, Tim, question or comment last for Terry?
Well, I would just like to thank you, Terry, man, for coming by and spending time with us and sharing your knowledge and the love of music with us.
Yes,
Thanks, Tim. That's
very
cool.
good.
I,
And
I was hoping to be on the paranormal show
Yeah.
well, we can
because
have you back.
well, we can do that. 'Cause most of my wife and most of my friends think I'm a little paranormal.
Okay, well, you know
Yeah.
what?
It was a perfect fit.
Yeah.
All of us are. We love that stuff, and I mean, we really get deep into it because me myself, I'm used to it, and I just, but I never thought about actually having a show and just talking about it out loud. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always had the gift. I can like see. I've had premonitions before. I've had visions before. Those sort of things, and those things come from somewhere, and
Somewhere, yeah.
yeah, they come from somewhere. They got to
Somewhere,
come
yeah,
from
yeah.
other dimensions, and the sort of thing, and it's so much that we just will not be objective about as far as other things and other beings and entities that exist all around us, and even further out. We're just so subjective because that was the way that we were
You
taught.
know, I find that I'm a bit of a skeptic. I won't deny it, but I find that women are much more intuitive of that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Premonitions, psychic stuff. Women just seem to be more in tune with planet Earth.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, why do you think they call it Mother Earth?
Yes.
All right,
It's a good.
That's a good one.
Gotcha,
That's a good
right?
one.
good
Yeah.
one.
All right, then. Listen, Terry, you've been so much fun, and you are the greatest. I'll tell you, your music, your talent, your personality. Hey, and you look good too.
Hey,
Tell the missus, don't get jealous, but you got the prettiest hair. Man, you got some of that. What's the guy's name? Who the movie star that? Well, Taylor Savalas didn't have hair, but back there, the guy that I used to have, the old movie star that I used to have a crush on, and I can't even think of his name now because I'm past him. I've got a new crush, TV star, many years down the road. But when I was younger, I used to crack up my coworkers about this particular star because I would get we start a conversation, somebody mentioned his name, I just start talking about him, we talk about the movies, and then I would end the conversation with, well, all I've got to say, y'all, is that he could come and park his shoes up under my bed anytime.
you know, I I thought for sure I thought for sure you were going to say how much I look like Brad Pitt.
Oh no, no,
That's
no.
what I was hoping for.
What you
No,
asked before.
you look more like the dad from Bonanza. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Another
Yeah.
Canadian.
Yeah,
Was
another
he?
Canadian. Yeah, he is Canadian.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
Canadian.
yeah.
Yeah,
His
you look
name
more
will
like
come to
him.
me.
I can't think of it now either, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. He
I
is
know who you're
Canadian.
talking about. Yeah. It
Hmm.
took me 60 odd years to do this color job.
I know. Yeah, but it's beautiful. Yeah. Now, as you can see, you may have seen Sybil's commercial. She has some beautiful gray hair too. and hers is long. Of course, she let it grow out, but she used to cover her hair up in color all the time. And I she's been my best friend now going on some like 12 years when we first met. And I just said, Lauren Green, thank you. That's one of my
Lauren
fans.
Green. Okay, good.
Thank you, Doug. Yay for
Okay,
Doug.
The
Thank you,
closest I
Doug.
could get was Ben Cartwright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
his actor
Thank
name.
you, Doug.
Well, the actor.
Now our fans, they keep us and they pick us up when we fall. That's all I can say. Thank you
I'll
so much,
take it.
Doug, for that. Well, I just want to say that, yeah, you got to come back then and definitely do our
Apparently.
Yeah.
paranormal show. No, not in a rush. Just whenever. Let Kathy know. Next time you think you might be available. Now that we're back in our home studio, I think that everything might go okay. We should not be getting disconnected or have any technical issues. And now you do know how to connect to this studio. And this is like our main studio because we do 4 shows, but each show has its own individual studio. And that's what I really like about this particular home studio that I have. So we want you to come back and visit us again. And until then, let me just say to all my pearls and the listening audience, thank y'all so much. Y'all, audience, y'all know that we cannot do this without you, and you know that we do it for you. So, to all of our pearls in the listening audience tonight, a pearl is defined as a precious thing. It is the finest example of something special. So it doesn't matter whether you are rich or poor. You, my pearls, are a special thing. You are the special example and the finest example of someone special. All right. So, unless we sit around here in the Emily Pearl studio, listen, don't hate them, congratulate them. And if you deem it and mean it, I promise you, my pearls, everything good that you do will what team?
Come
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 back to
back.
back to
you.
you. Yay, let's give our guest
Woo!
Terry a round of applause, y'all.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you so much for
Very
coming
grateful.
back. And the
Nice to
kids
meet you,
enjoyed it
Tim.
too.
Likewise.
Nice to meet you. That's our time. We love you all.
Good
See you
Good
soon.
night.
night,
For setting
everybody.
this up. Miss Emily,
Yes.
bonsoir.
Bonsoir, my
Bonsoir.
friend. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.